right, hello again, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you're all doing well today. All right, today, excited about this lesson. You're gonna learn some new things about Adobe Premiere, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. This is in regards to your PSA that you're creating. PSA, again, is a public service announcement. And so in class, we'll look at some public service announcements, and we'll see, how people are getting their message out about various things, from, anti-smoking to wear a seatbelt to wear a mask. Mine's going to be about wear a mask, which is a super important thing to do in the middle of a pandemic. So hopefully, we create these things, and it's going to encourage people to wear masks and be safer and save some lives. So it's kind of an important thing. So let's get to work. All right. So again, we're gonna this video isn't gonna be as long. I'm trying to go faster from now on. I know some of the videos are long that you watched. This one's gonna be faster because I'm just going to add a new piece to it every time. But we'll slightly work on our workflow just a little bit. So what I have done, and what you'll need to do, again, before you start, is you're going to need to take a video project template, and I'm going to just post this in our files, so that way it's there, so you'll have it, and I'll go ahead and post it in our Teams files. I can show you in class where that's going to be. But what it does, if I click inside of here, I think you've seen it already, but every time you start a new project, you're going to do this, okay? You must do this. And inside of there, I can take it and I would copy it to my videography folder, which I've done already. I'll actually click inside of my videography folder. And if you look in videography, I'm sorry, I put it in the wrong one, and put it in videos folder. And in the videos folder, there's a thing called PSA. And inside of the PSA, you notice that there's assets, exports, and projects. All right, so inside the assets folder, I have a footage folder, and inside of there is some stuff that I shot, just really quick things. I'm not going to do this start to finish, but I'm just going to show you some new things about this. So let's go ahead and make a new project. I'm going to go ahead and open Premiere. Mine's right there. I can open Premiere. And it's opening there on my computer. Take a minute here, and in a second it's going to ask me, so what do you want to do? You want to work on something old? Create something new. We're going to create something new. It's thinking. It's going right here. All right, here it is. And I'm going to say, let's create something new. You can also do it right there, new project. We'll create something new. And I think we showed this last time, but you're going to call it something. I'll just call it my PSA. And at this point, it's going to say, well, where do you want to save it? Go right here to browse. Don't just let it stick it in the documents folder in there, but go to browse. And it says, where do you want to put it? And so I'm going to say, well, let's keep it in the videos folder. Okay, kind of makes sense to put it in there. So when I click on videos, it's going a little slow. I'm going to go, hey, look, I made that PSA folder already. So I'll double click there. And this is a new project. So I'm going to stick it in the projects folder, and I say, select that folder right there. And good. And like I said, leave all this alone. Click OK. It's thinking still, it's thinking. And on these laptops, they're slow, and so it'll take a little bit. Okay, so we've already gone over what these 4 panes mean, so let's just go ahead and dive right in and get started. Import media to start, so I'll double click it. That's one of the ways you can do it. You can also go to, again, multiple ways to do everything in Premiere, but you can go to File, Import, and that will do the same thing. There's another way to do it too, which I could go over another time in class. But so I go to videos, and I can go to PSA, click, and I go to assets, and then I'm going to go to footage. And on a Mac, I can import this whole folder. I don't think I can do it this way. Yeah, I can see it breaks it all down. On a Mac, it'll bring in that whole folder for me. On this one, it won't. So I'm just going to bring those all in. I recruited my family to be the talent for me in this case. Talent's people in front of the camera, so I did that. It's bringing them in right now. Sorry you keep hearing doors opening and closing. I have a family here that they have their own things to do here. Okay, so you remember you can go here and you can change how you can view it. I can actually view them as icons. So what I did was I, again, did a PSA. And a PSA is designed to be, 15 to 30 seconds, really, and they're going to go quick. All right. My computer didn't like that. I'm going to click off here and deselect them. Right now, all of them are selected, so I need to click in an area right down at the bottom where I can deselect something. All right. Might have to make this bigger really quick. Sometimes you'll have this happen. Just need to click in a black space there where it would allow me to deselect. And so I like to view them as icons sometimes, and sometimes I like to view them as a list. Okay, you'll also notice I don't have to worry about setting my settings because on my camera I set it as 1920 by 1080. And so whenever I can just drag one over here really quick, and it's going to be set to 1920 by 1080. I'll go ahead and delete that out. And you can also go to sequence and sequence settings and see then that it is set at 1920 by 1080, which is high def at 30 frames a second. Okay? Alright, so what I will do is, and I'll kind of edit through this video, make it go a little faster, because again, we're not going to watch the whole thing here by any means. I just kind of wanted to show you how to color grade. So I'm going to move this down. I double click here. Sorry, I double clicked on the sequence. I double click on a clip. Remember, I only need a little bit. My daughter, she was being a bit of a prima donna, but I'm glad she helped me at least. And if I play this here.
Wear a mask.
Okay. You'll notice how it kind of glitched there. I think my computer's glitching. Let's see if all of this glitched. Let's see. Maybe it's just that first one glitched. And occasionally you'll get that. Notice how that first one, it went red. See, yeah, that's actually a corrupt file, and so I won't be able to use that one. Hopefully I'm not getting that anywhere else.
Wear a mask.
Okay. Let me see if there's any others that I might like a little better.
Wear a mask.
You can see it's all the same, so I'll find the best one here and put it in here. So everybody else, they kind of
wear a mask.
I think I like that one the best. Notice I can go through here and get it right before she starts talking, and I'm going to make this a little bit bigger here. So notice you can change the size of your screens there. I'm going to click I right there. Although, I take that back. I don't want to get her in mid-blank there, so you can roll back. Incidentally, J, K, and L are your friends. J will go backwards, and L will go forward. Stop it right there. Let me roll back a couple. And J, K, and L. I go I right there. Boom.
Wear a mask.
L will stop it, and then I go O. Remember, I and O, in and out. I can now take this and drag it and put it right in there. All right, let's see who's next. Just double click through them. Here I'll turn them into icons so I can have my wife do it. You can also drag through it if you'd like. And I don't want to get her with a weird look on her face, so I'll roll back a little bit. Right there, I play, K will play, J, K, and L. All right, K will play. L will play.
Wear a mask.
All right, I'm gonna go backwards just a little bit. To right about there, and then O. The sooner you can learn J, K, and L, the faster you will become at editing. I can click and drag just like that. Boom. I'm gonna pull this down, make sure I can see my audio there. And I had my son do it too. And roll back. You can also roll back there.
Wear a mask.
All right, we'll roll back just a little bit more. It's kind of looking down right there. I'll start right there. I
wear a mask.
All right, and O. His ear's kind of pulled down funny, but that happens on masks anyways. And so you can see how I quickly can pull through here and do that. And oh my goodness, who's that handsome devil coming up right there? It's taking its time, and you'll find that on your laptops. They do go kind of slow. There we go. All right, pulling back when I start talking.
Wear a mask.
All right, I'm gonna go I right there, and I'll go L, so it'll play.
Wear a mask.
All right, and O. I hit the K key and it stops it. Okay, J will go backwards. K stops it. L goes forward. Double L will go twice as fast. Triple L blasts through it. So triple J. See I'm rolling backwards. I can stop. So J, K, L. It's a really cool way to edit. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and put those in there. You see how I can do it like that right there. And now I've put together looks like it's about 16 seconds, so I could trim it a little bit so it's exactly 15 in case TV stations wanted to be 15 seconds long. So I could do that. But what I really wanted to show you today was, I'm going to save this, by the way, in case my computer crashes and gets mad. What I would really want to show you today was something called color grading. So when you're in this tab here, you can then go up to where it says color. And I am right now in this clip right here. So you'll see that in here there are these different tabs. This is called Lumetri Color, or Lumetri Color. I'm not sure how to say that exactly. I can say Lumetri Color. And so anyways, it's right there. I can change really most of the parameters of what you see. You can see your exposure. That's essentially how much light came into your camera whenever you were shooting. And so you notice if I'll start sliding these around here. Gets too bright, too dark. Looks like we set the exposure pretty good. All right, change it right there. Contrast is your range of values between your dark areas and your light areas. Kick it up just a little bit and it'll make it kind of blows out your white, so you sometimes have to adjust it, but just kick it up a little bit. It makes it a little more punchy. I also like my blacks turned down just a little bit. Makes it look a little richer. Notice how we're kind of losing our skin tones there. So I want to preserve some white, so I'll turn that down. And I'm going to turn my contrast down just a little bit. You can also, by the way, take this slider and turn it down. Or you can dial a number in there directly. I'm going to go ahead and turn my exposure down, but my contrast up just a touch more. So you kind of will adjust one thing and it'll force you to adjust another. There's also something here. This is your color balance, where it says temperature and tint. Every light has a color to it. Whether you're outside in daylight, in the shade, you come inside, there's even more shade. Each one of those different scenarios has color to it. And so every scene you shoot, you need to color grade. There's actually people who make a living in Hollywood, and they make a living, working on commercials where all they do, they're called colorists, and they just go through and make colors. Make the video have a specific look and feel. I'll show you some videos in class to where we can look at the movie 300 or look at The Matrix. Those are extreme examples of people who've done really beautiful but intense color grading. So because it gives it a look and feel, and so we'll talk about that and we'll look at all that stuff. I think the contrast is a little bit too high, but that's pretty close right there. And I also like putting on a vignette, so I kind of darken down those corners. You see how I can do something like that. So just look at the difference now between, here's kind of a before, and here would be like, actually if I go over to here, let me click on this clip over here, you can see how, look how it made the colors more intense. It brought in some nice shadow areas in my daughter's hair, all that. So just by doing those simple things, you can do that. Now if I go over to Effect Controls, because these were all shot in the exact same light, if I click over into here, Effect Controls, it actually copied in this thing here called Lumetri Color right there. Now if I right click this and copy it, I can then, whenever I go to all these other clips and they're selected, I can now paste that, which is Control V, paste, and see it graded my wife's clip. And then I can go through here and now I could make sure that click is clipped on, otherwise you'll be putting it on twice on that other one. Paste it on my son's, and then same thing. These were all, you can't always do this because it was sorry, my computer popped up there. So you can do that right there. Now that's, of course, if you wanted these to be in color, and they look fine in color. But they also, maybe also want to do it in black and white. So if you watch now, my...
Wear a mask.
Notice how it's kind of lagging a little. That's just my computer being slow. The playback wouldn't do that. This is why you should save frequently. I'm going to save it right now. Control S is a shortcut for that. All right, Control S. Let me just show you really quick. If you want to make yours black and white, I'll click over into here. Let me make one more clip over here. Let's pretend I'm going to take, I'll take that Mon Ami right there. I'll double click it and I'll put it right over here. If you wanted your whole thing to be in black and white, for example, and we'll talk more about color grading as well. But I could actually click on this and we can click down into multiple ways you can do it. But I could actually click down into click here, so I'm clicking on that right click. And see, I could turn it black and white just by turning the saturation all the way down. And I can then, it makes it look a little flat, so I'd probably kick the blacks up a little bit, make it look a little intense, turn that contrast up just a touch, and see, I can kind of make it look, I think I showed you the PSA of the other mouse growing thing put out by Kaiser Permanente. It was a really beautiful commercial with great music and everything. You can play with curves. I'll show you more about curves later. You can also do the same thing in HSL. Hue, saturation, and luminance is what this stands for. So without making everything go too long, you can play with these even in here. So saturation is right here. Oops, my computer just it's crashing out on that. Let's leave that one alone because it's not working right here for me. We can also, I like to sharpen it a little bit because it makes it a little crisper looking, especially on black and white. And I can turn the contrast up a little bit more in here. And so I already turned my saturation down, so that already did that. But you can see how interesting looking it is in black and white. All right, so that's how you can go black and white in something, and it can really create a cool looking image there. So you can see how just in one quick period I can actually grade my work.
Wear a mask.
See, that's my computer lagging, by the way. It'll actually work. Sometimes if you have, because I'm in the middle of on my prep period class right here, so I'm trying to hurry. I have too many programs open. Don't do what I'm doing here. Close all your extra programs. See, all my programs are talking to me right now. Close all your extra programs and your computer will work way better, okay? But that's basically, it's the quick basics of color grading. We can do a lot more of this later in the semester, but I just wanted to show you how you can make each one of your clips look better, going from like where they were before to where they were after, whether you do it in color or whether you do it in black and white, make it look kind of just a gritty, different kind of feel. Okay, lots of cool things. I'm gonna save this and I'll get this out to you guys so you can learn to color grade on your PSAs and all your subsequent projects. Every time you turn something in, you should do some level of color grading to it because it will make everything you do look so much better and so much more professional. Okay, all right, let's have a great day and let's keep on working. All right, thanks.